Ciao ciao from Cook and Travel with Cristina. Today we are at Modena train station and I am going to Bologna for meeting Naima, my guide. My train is 5 minutes late. Consider that when you take a train in Italy, it can be delayed. Ciao! I'm here with Naima. Today we are by ourselves and we are walking under the Porticos here in Bologna. So I want to ask Naima, what can we visit today?
Okay, we're in Bologna today, so there's a lot to see. I would like to start mentioning where we are. We're walking down the Indipendenza, which is a quite new street. We can consider it new, as has been built in the late 19th century in a great Napoleonic way, as it looks like a Grand Boulevard Parisien. Has been built in order to link the railway station to the historical center, and but it is considered a fantastic liberty moment in the Bolognese life.
I know that there are so many porticos in Bologna. Do you know the length?
I think everybody here has a different theory about the porticos, but actually we normally mention like 40 kilometers in porticos, 37 inside and almost 4 outside. And when I say outside, I said outside the old ring wall.
Okay, so it's good for walking even with the rainy days or sunny days. It's
very useful, but very dangerous during the rainy days, as the floor is a little bit slippery. Piella, and I think it's one of the most popular places in Bologna. Tourists and people in generally speaking love this place, as it's considered a little Venice. I know that there's a little Venice almost everywhere, but this is our little Venice. If we open this window, you will discover something which is unusual and secret.
okay. So I can see here that there is a canal like in Modena, but why? Do you know?
Of course I know. Bologna in the past, Bologna in the past looks like probably a little Venice, as I said. It's a city with a big lack of water, but became the first industrial city in the Middle Age. And this is very interesting, as Bologna was the capital of the silk trade, and that's why a net of canals has been built in order to bring water in the city and power all the factories that has been built along of the canals.
Oh, it's really interesting and nice.
It is, and romantic.
So Naima, behind us we have a tower, or it looks like a tower, but it's not so high. Can you see? And can you explain me why?
Indeed, it's not as high as a tower, as it's called Torre Sotto. It's not necessarily considered a tower, as it was one of the gate that belongs to the second ring wall, which has been built in Bologna during the Middle Age. And that's why it's called Torre Sotto, because it looks like a tower, but it's a little bit different, as is a gate.
We are now under an ancient portico. Why Bologna is so full of porticos?
The reason why Bologna is so full of porticos is connected with the students and with the oldest university in Europe, which has been established in Bologna in 1088. And at that time the city was really small, but as the university has been established, a lot of students started to come here in order to attend the university. And we didn't have enough space, enough rooms for all the students, and that's why the porticos has been built in order to increase the living space on the top of the building to create more rooms for the students. Clever, isn't it?
It is. This is another tower of Bologna. And is it an historical one?
All the towers in Bologna are historical, all the towers in Bologna are medieval. And let's talk about nicknames. Bologna is known with 4 nicknames: the red one, the fat one, the learned one, and the turrita. Turrita means full of towers. It probably looked like a Manhattan, medieval Manhattan in the past. It was full of towers, like probably more than 100. Only 23 towers remain today, and we are in front of one of the best, in my opinion. It's the second tallest in the city. It's called Prendiparte Tower. Is nowadays a private tower, but is a bed and breakfast. So you can book a room, because there's just one room here, and you can enjoy the atmosphere of the medieval tower. And in my opinion, is one of the most romantic places in Bologna, and in my opinion, is the best place for the proposal.
Wow. I want to go to the top of the tower. Can we?
No way.
No, please.
No way.
Please. Wow, spring is coming. Where are we going now, Naima?
It's coffee time. Let's have a break, and I will tell you and show you something which is delicious. I'm the bartender now, and I'm going to prepare a hot chocolate drink with a whipped cream on the top, which is delicious. Just hold on.
I will tell you if it is delicious.
Hello, welcome to the TORINESE coffee shop and restaurant on the other side. We are here because this is the most popular place for the hot chocolate drink. It's a tradition for the Bolognese people to come here. Normally Sunday afternoon, but normally during the winter time, every moment is a perfect moment for a hot chocolate drink. So, this is the hot chocolate drink, and this is the whipped cream. They are very, very popular for the French whipped cream. What the difference between the French one and the ordinary one? The French one is a little bit fatty, as you can read on the top, 38% of fat. I know it's fat, but it's delicious. Trust me, it's worth it. And now, yum yum. Yummy. Enjoy.
It's my time, it's my turn. I want to try it.
How is it?
I don't know. I will tell you.
It looks like it's delicious.
It's something you cannot imagine how delicious it is.
Okay, so we strongly recommend to all the people which is probably watching this video to come over to Bologna, to come to the TORINESE, which is in a fantastic place. We are in the heart of the historical center under the Podesta vault. You can't miss it.
No, you can't. Wow, I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you tell me something about this portico where you can hear from one corner to the other?
yes, it's a tricky place. It's called Whispering Gallery. What's going on here? If you try to say something, for example, on that corner, someone else can hear you exactly on the opposite side. It's called the Whispering Gallery because you can whisper and someone else can hear you. It's something that happened unintentionally. We don't know why, but for some reason it works.
It's strange. So behind us, one of the symbol of the city, the Neptune, but I really don't know anything about it. So Naima, can you tell me?
That's why I'm here. He is the giant. It's called the giant, and is the Neptune, the god of the ocean. This is a fountain, which is one of the symbols of the city. Fountain that was built in 1566 by a Flemish artist, Jean de Bologna. It's actually one of the symbols of the importance of the water. And if you take a look to the trident, as the giant is holding the trident is actually a symbol of a very, very popular car factory, the Maserati, which was established here in Bologna in 1914.
And have a look at the mermaid. What about mermaids?
Oh, they are really sexy. Four sexy mermaids representing the four sacred rivers on earth. And they are also a very, very strong symbol, especially a symbol during the Renaissance. As you can see, the water is coming out from their breast, and it's a symbol of how fertile is our land. Plus, it's like a mother, the mother who is feeding us.
So, where are we?
Sala Borsa Library, which is a library. There's a coffee shop inside, is a urban center, and much more. This is one of the most historical places in Bologna, a very nice place to spend some time and to discover something about the oldest part of the history of the city. Sala Borsa means stock market. It means that at the beginning of the 20th century, this palace has been built in order to be the stock market hall. But in order to understand the origin of the city, I strongly recommend you to take a look underneath. Are you ready? And welcome underneath the Sala Borsa Library. This is an amazing place. As you can see, these are the remains of the old Roman city, of the old Roman colony, which has been founded during the 2nd century before Christ, and it's amazing. It's amazing as you can realize what used to be this place. This probably was the Forum, the old Forum. Forum means the old main square, and there are also remains of the old tavern and public place, because in the Forum normally used to be public places like shops, like tavern and so on. We are exactly in the middle of the historical center, in the middle of the main square. The name of the main square is Piazza Maggiore, which means main square, and used to be the marketplace. This is the symbol of the medieval side of Bologna, and another symbol of the city is the church behind me, which is the most important church, even if it's not the cathedral. It's the cathedral of the people, and is dedicated to our protector, Saint Petronio, and has been built in 1319, and as you can see, is unfinished. And the reason why they never finish is, I will tell you later. Can you see him? He is the man with the saxophone and the dog. he's mentioned in the guidebook. He's a kind of icon of the city. He knows a lot of stories of the city. Check it out. The Archiginnasio Libarary, formerly known as the Archiginnasio Palace, which was the old site of the university, established in 1563 and established by the Pope, as the Pope powered financially this place. So it means that the first site of the university was here, first site of the School of Law and the School of Art and Medicine. As you can see, is completely fully decorated. Is completely fully decorated by coat of arms. There are more than 7,000 coat of arms. Each coat of arms more or less belongs to a family who attended the university here.
It's wonderful.
The Archiginnasio Palace is probably the reason why the San Petronio Church is incomplete. I said probably because we're not sure, but someone said, the legend said, that the Archiginnasio Palace has been built right here in order to stop the church. So there was no space enough to finish the church. Why? Because the church is supposed to be bigger than St. Peter in Rome and is not allowed to build the church bigger than St. Peter in Rome. Guess where we are? We are actually in a very high place, and this is the temporary terrace that belongs to the San Petronio Church, and has been built in order to support the restoration of the church. So it's actually a very good thing if you want to pay the ticket and enjoy the fantastic view from here. The temporary terrace is going to be here for another year and a half. So with only €3, you will enjoy the fantastic view here, and you can see the hill, you can see all the churches, you can see all the bell tower, the spire, and especially you can see the towers. Can you see over there? Can you see the two towers? This is probably the most popular symbol of the city. One is shorter, one is really tall. It is actually the tallest in the city. It's 98 meters taller. And there's a very fascinating story about the two towers. Normally towers in Bologna was a watchtowers, and those supposed to be the watchtower of the city. From the top, you can climb the Asinelli Tower, and but you have to be very fit and very brave, as there are more than 498 steps. But if you reach the top, you will have a fantastic view of the city, and sometimes you can also see the sea.
We are the brave person here.
I am. Now, over there, there's a church. That church is what you normally can see if you come to Bologna, but coming from the west part of the region, and generally speaking from the west side of Italy. It's probably the first thing that you can see of Bologna. Is a very, very important place and symbol. Is the church is a sanctuary dedicated to an icon, which is probably been made, the legend said, which has been made by Saint Luke, San Luca, the apostle in person. Rome is the biggest in the city and belongs to the church Santa Maria della Vita, St. Mary of Life. And Santa Maria della Vita was actually the first hospital in Bologna. The first hospital in 1260 has been established inside that church by a pilgrim coming from the Umbria region, coming from Perugia. Inside that church, there's one of the masterpieces of the city, a complex of sculpture made by Niccolò dall'Arca, is the Lament of the Death Christ, and trust me, it's worth it to visit once in a lifetime.
So for today, this is the end of our video. We are running to the station because we are missing our train, so we have to say bye-bye to the next video.
Bye-bye.
Do not forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Bye!
Bye!